Hello, I'm Master Corporal Brandon Ogden, Public Relations Head for 7th Canadian Mechanized Brigade Group, a Canadian Arma 3 Milsim unit that conducts realistic operations and campaigns based on true Canadian Forces doctrine. This video will help prepare current and future members for training on section battle drills. In this video, you'll be taken through all 7 section battle drills alongside members of 1 platoon 2 section. At the end, you will see 3 practical section attacks. If you're looking to join 7th Canadian Mechanized Brigade Group, check out our website, 7cmg.ca, and send in an application.
In terms of kind of the itinerary for this afternoon, shouldn't take too long, that's what I'm hoping for. But main things we're going to cover are just individual skills, kind of stressing the core fundamentals of shoot, move, communicate, heavy emphasis on the communicate. Then we're going to just talk about section battle drills, because I know a lot of you haven't done DP1 yet, which is fine. Kind of help prepare us for the next mini campaign, because a lot of you are new to the unit and haven't done any mechanized stuff with us before. And for those of us who aren't new to the unit, we haven't touched the labs in like 6 months. So it's good to get a reminder going. So first one, prepare for battle. So this is what we do pretty much every mission before we leave the wire, before we mount up, before we really do anything. This is the time to get everybody organized, understand who's doing what, who has what weapon systems. So you see your loadout, whatever you're doing, your team and your number. So I'm Alpha 1, Tankus is Charlie 1, etc., etc. And what assault group you're in. Easiest way to remember this is Alpha and Bravo are in assault group 1. Charlie and Delta are in assault group 2. So all together, it sounds something. Oh, sorry, and beginning was your name, so I know who's talking. So all together, it sounds something like Jokanovich, Section IC, Alpha 1, Assault Group 1. And then as soon as the one guy's done talking, Troy would go.
Troy, Rifleman, Alpha 2, Assault Group 1.
Ogden, Rifleman, Bravo 1, Assault Group 1.
And then just automatically down the line.
Vol, Machine Gunner, Bravo 2, Assault Group 1.
Dankinson, Rifleman, Charlie 1, Assault Group 2.
MCpl Rifleman, Charlie 2, Assault Group 2.
Wiles 2 IC, Delta 1, Assault Group 2.
So, yeah. So, next part, and this is going to come to our individual skills we're talking about, is the react to contact drill. So, this drill, the second drill, relies a lot on your own initiative. This is something that fucking I shouldn't have to tell you to do. This is something, if we get into contact, you need to automatically do. This isn't something I'm going to tell you to do, right? So, and it all boils down into the 3 fundamentals of shoot, move, and communicate, right? Which is essentially what this drill is. You take fire, you fire in the direction of the enemy, you get down, you move to cover, and you communicate where the enemy is, right? That's the big thing I need to stress, because it makes it much harder for myself, my 2IC, and the other section members if I can't see the contact and nobody wants to communicate where the contact is coming from. Big thing with this method is that I want us to practice now, because we may do ops in the future where we don't have PRRs, we don't have our personal radios, is if I'm calling out that contact, I'm not just going to go 2 section, 2 guys 100 meters behind the LSVW. That's too fast. Somebody might mishear me. Or if I'm not shouting, or if people are far away, people might not understand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say 2 section. Stop. All of you are going to say...
Stop.
Nope.
2 section.
Thank you. So, if I say 2 section, and then just full stop, and I'm trying to give agree, or a GRI, I need all of you to also echo 2 section. Because again, if we're thinking about our extended line, somebody calling out agree might be 100 meters away from you. You can't hear him, right? So everybody has to echo it down the line so everybody is informed. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. So we'll try that now. All right. 2 section.
2 section.
2 section.
100 meters.
100
meters.
2 times enemy infantry behind the LSVW.
2 times
LSVW.
And when you guys see them, you'll all say,
Seen.
there we go. Perfect. That's the third drill. We have now found the enemy. We now know what we need to engage. Next step, win the firefight. This is, in my opinion, the most important part or most important drill out of the 7 drills. This step is, this allows us to, this essentially is the drill that gives us options. It's the drill that lets us not just be pinned down by a sniper on a mountainside for 2.5 hours. All right. So this drill, once we know where the enemy is, your section commander or your 2IC, if you're in separate groups or all together, whatever it may be, would then give you a grit, a GRIT, or what Ball put in chat earlier, method. Yeah, I'll put it back in chat for you there, person. And this is just the rate of fire or way we're going to engage this target. In the CAF, we have 3 types of fire rates, essentially. You have your rapid, normal, and your slow rate. Now, your rapid rate is 1 round every 2 to 3 seconds. 1 round every 3 seconds, ideally, somewhere in there. This is all just ballparking it. Your normal rate is 1 round every 5 seconds. And your slow rate is 1 round every 10 seconds. Throughout your firefight or throughout your section attack, your IC and 2IC are going to change up these fire rates as you go. And it will just be something along the lines of 2 section, rapid rate, go on. Or 2 section, normal rate, go on. Group 2, rapid rate, go on. You could cut it 1,000 ways, as the 2IC and IC will. And the reason we do this is so that the entire section doesn't go dry on ammo at the same time. Right? Because if we all have C7s, minus the C9 guys, obviously, and we're all doing the rapid rate, all together continuously for an extended period of time, everybody's going to have to reload right around the same time. And that's not what we want, because then all our guns go down at the same time. Make sense?
Yep.
C9 gunners, it's the same deal, but instead of 1 round, it's 1 burst every 3 to 4 seconds, 1 burst every 6 seconds, 1 burst every 12 seconds. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right, good to go. So that will be the same drill. So GRIT, same exact thing. So I'm going to say group, range, indication, target. Most of the time, we've already acknowledged what target we're engaging. So that's why I'll just say rapid rate go on, normal rate go on, slow rate go on, whatever it is, because we're already on target for what we need to shoot. All right. Next, 5th step, the approach, or our fire and movement, our bounding drills. So in the CAF, we have 3 types of skirmishes. Have our section skirmish, which is group 1 will move, and group 2 will follow afterwards, controlled by the section IC and the 2IC. Your group skirmish, which is in your fire team's bounding. So Alpha will move, Bravo will cover, Delta will move, Charlie will cover. The reason for that is in the CAF, leaders lead is the kind of MO. So I'm Alpha 1, I'm the IC of the section. Wiles, he's the 2IC of the section. If it's our groups or individually, we're gonna move first. We're gonna set this, we're gonna go forward ahead of everybody else, and then you guys are gonna follow us. All right, that makes sense? And then lastly, your team bounding, which is in your 2-man fire teams. So me and Troy, for example, I'll move, Troy will cover. Troy will move to me, he'll cover, so on and so forth. And you just keep bounding that way. Section IC will determine which one of these methods you're using based on the terrain, cover available, and how much ground you need to cover. Generally, the section skirmish is best for covering long distances of ground quickly, but you're moving a whole element at a time. You don't have as much cover available. That makes sense to everybody?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Okay, good to go. Moving on to the step 6, the assault. So once we've gotten close enough to the enemy through fire and movement to allow for the last couple bounds to that target, what's going to happen is the section IC is going to say or assign or give a quick set of orders referred to as a get 'em, which is group, enemy, task, and move order. All right. So group, again, is referring to who am I referring to? Who do I want to attack this trench or bunker, whatever it is? Enemy, what enemy are you engaging? Task, how do I want you to eliminate this enemy? And move order, when do I want you to move, or do I want you to move away first or something of that nature? So a get 'em could be an entire group. It could be a team. It could be, you could cut it you could cut it 1,000 ways. I may ask to do a right flanking attack, which is the example I'll give here. So to get 'em would be group 2 will conduct a right flanking of the enemy to our front, or of the enemy position to our front. Move in 30 seconds. Move when ready. Move in a minute. Whatever it may be. So now my 2IC knows he's going to take charge. We're going to split the section in two. And the 2IC is going to pop smoke to our front. So he has some concealment to move under. And then he's going to take his assault group on a right flanking and assault the enemy position. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Kind of what you mean by right flanking. Left flanking, exact same deal, except it will be the IC or whichever leader is on the left. That simple. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
And whilst this is more for you in particular, once I give that get 'em of, hey, you're going to break off from the section, Assault Group 2 is yours. I'm not touching it anymore. I'm not going to give you any more orders until we're consolidated, right? That's what the consolidation is for, to get everybody back together and under the section IC. Once a team assaults the trench, usually will be the Charlie team, because in real life it's the most junior and expendable team. Sorry, guys. So once you guys take the trench or the position, whatever it is, you'll bound up to it, you'll throw a grenade into it, you'll clear it out, and you're going to report back to your 2IC and IC how many enemy you've killed and that the position is clear, right? So just say trench clear, 4 enemy dead, 2 enemy dead, whatever the number is, right? Because then the IC has to send that up in a sit rep saying, hey, I've taken this position, killed this many guys, yada, 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 right? Make sense?
Yep.
Good to go. All right. So trench is taken, secure the position. Now we need to consolidate, get everybody back together. So when we do this, we're not going to consolidate on the enemy position. We're going to consolidate past the enemy position. Does anybody know why?
So they don't mortar.
Exactly. Enemy will most likely have their own position sighted for artillery fires or direct fires, whatever it may be, and we don't want that to happen to us. So by quickly bounding past the enemy position, and we'll keep bounding because there may be enemies at depth, there may be more enemy around, we don't know exactly yet. So we'll keep bounding to a position past the enemy position or away from it in whatever direction that is a safe position that we can get everybody back together, take a couple minutes, pass around ammo. 2IC is going to do an ammo cast. He's going to ask you how many magazines, frags, boxes, rockets, any type of munition, how much of that did you use, and are you hurt, right? Ammo and casualties. Meanwhile, your section IC, me in this case, we're going to send up a sit rep to Platoon and let them know, hey, we've taken the enemy position, you know, this is our situation, our status, we're good to go, whatever. All right? That's my job. Don't worry about that. All right. So when I say section advance, we're going to just go at the walking pace, due south up this hill, and then I'll say contact over the radio, and take that as the enemy is fucking shooting at us from that trench position at the top of the hill that we talked about before. Seen?
Okie dokie.
Alright. Alright, section, so just at the walk, advance.
Double tap control to put your gun down.
Although swimming in the outer river was fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Piss in the Ottawa River. Take that, Trudeau.
Contact front.
Section.
2 section.
300 meters.
300 meters.
3 times enemy infantry in trench.
3 times enemy infantry in trench.
Seen?
Seen.
Rapid rate, go on.
Team.
Troy, moving. Covering.
Moving.
Moving.
Group 2, rapid rate. Group 1, normal rate, go on. Moving. Covering. Spacing, guys.
Moving. Charlie, 1 sec.
Charlie 1, shift fire right. Trenches to your right.
Moving.
Troy, shift left. Let's not shoot just over these guys' heads. Shift left. Bravo, shift left. Charlie, team, prepare to assault.
Copy.
Charlie team, we'll assault the enemy trench to our front. Move in 20 seconds. 2 section, rapid rate, go on.
Reloading.
Hey, Los Angeles, when you guys are ready, you guys can go up.
Charlie.
Shift far to the right.
Frag out.
I don't think.
Hey, Charlie, push to the
Charlie
trench
1
and make sure
is
everything's done.
This is Charlie. Trench is clear. Down 3 guys. Over.
Alpha, copy. 2 section, consolidate 100 meters south of enemy position.
Copy.
So what you got then, Waz?
We used 13 mags, 3 boxes, and 2 frags.
13 megs, 2 boxes, and 3 frags. Roger. Alright, thank you.
2 frags.
2 frags. Copy. Alright, good work, everybody. Just got around the middle. Just fucking break it down. Get around the center. Main things to look at is spacing. It's kind of naturally happens. Everybody kind of starts just crunching up as you get closer to the target. It's important if we're going south, or just orientate yourself to the enemy position and then go straight ahead, but maintain that spacing, right? So, for example, with C9 gunners, you're pretty much always going to be just slightly outside of the actual enemy position, shooting in on it. That's fine, right? Try to stay out that way. because what happened a couple times is we get scrunched up, and then Dankinson would try bounding past me, and I'm trying to shoot left, but he's crossing the center of my arc every time. And there's actually a fucking video someone put in chat recently about this. When you're aimed down and somebody's running horizontal to you, by the time they're in front of you, you never saw them coming. Right? So it's really important that you maintain that spacing and try to stay away from each other as best you can. Second thing I saw Wows was saying to his guy, which is really good, is that bounding is supposed to be like 5 meters, right? It's supposed to be really quick. That being said, don't take those 5 paces and then just magically stop because you took the 5 steps, right? If you have cover near you, go to cover. That's one of the individual skills that I've been harping on people a lot about recently, is people like to stand up in the middle of nowhere and just start shooting at the enemy, right? It's not going to work in the long run. Always, always, always think about where's your next piece of cover, where am I going to move to, right? Something you always need to be thinking about. Outside of that, I thought communication was really good. I thought the movement was really good. Your guys' procedure was creme. So what we'll do now... Contact!
Section, 300 meters, 3 times enemy infantry, behind the trench.
Slow it down. Remember, break it up. Try again.
Section.
2 sections.
2 sections. 300 meters.
300 meters.
300 meters.
Enemy, 3 times enemy infantry.
3 times
the
enemy
trench.
infantry.
3 times
Behind DI in the trench.
Stain.
Stain.
2 section, rapid rate, go on.
2 section, rapid rate, go on.
2 section.
2 section.
Team, up into the wood line. Team.
Going. Moving. Covering. Going. Covering. Moving.
Moving.
Charlie 2 set. Covering. Charlie 2 moving.
Group 1, go on.
Moving. Covering. Covering. Moving.
Covering.
Covering.
Moving.
21 set.
Charlie 2 moving.
Covering.
Charlie 2 set.
Group 2, normal rate. Group 1, rapid rate, go on.
31 set.
Moving.
Charlie 2 moving.
Moving.
Check spacing.
Group 1, hold fast, rapid rate. Group 2, will conduct a right flanking of the enemy trench to our front. Move when you're set. 2IC, take charge.
Group 2, right flank.
Okay, reload. Hey, group 2, follow me. We're moving to the right. We're moving right.
Copy, moving.
Are you good?
Moving.
Yes. Okay, we'll set here, and then we'll push forward and, like, team bound again.
Check fire.
Is that it? Okay, let's move through.
Charlie 2 moving in.
We're moving.
Moving.
Charlie 1, trench is clear. 3 times enemy targets down. Over.
Roger. 2 section, consolidate 100 meters to the south of enemy trench. Team.
Hey, let's bound. Team. You heard him. Make sure you're bound.
2.
Persons, how many did you go through?
3.
3. And how many boxes, ball?
2. Went through 2 boxes.
Alpha 1, Delta 1. Went through 16 mags, 4 boxes, 1 frag.
16 magazines, 4 boxes, 1 frag. Acknowledged. Thank you. Yeah, also went really well. You guys like caught onto this really well. So it's good to see. You guys pretty much got this down pat. So what we'll do now is I'll teleport us to the south probably. We'll start, or probably the east or something or other. We'll try hitting this from a different angle. And we'll see how we tackle with that. This time the enemy will be shooting back at us. So somebody goes down. So it's a good time to mention in terms of combat medicine or combat or TCCC things. If somebody goes down, if your buddy goes down, fucking leave him for now, right? He can turn himself up and come back after us if he's still up and alive. But if he gets hit in the head or he goes unconscious for whatever reason, just leave him. Just carry on the fight. Try bounding as best you can with the other fire team on your left or your right, and just keep carrying on through the assault. Like I said, just in your normal view, you shouldn't be able to see the guy parallel to you, but you should be able to see the guy forward to your left. Or right, or whichever side of the formation you're on. By all means, Dankinson or anybody, if you see the enemy first, call out the contact. You don't need to wait for them to shoot at you for them to be enemy.
As long as they're not speaking Vietnamese. I think it's crazy that the C9 has 2 fire selectors. It's blowing my mind.
It's true. Thank you, that's
Oh, what's that? It's fucking ghost timber on you. It'd be pretty funny if someone died by that. Contact left.
Hey, 2 section, contact, enemy entrenched. 2 times enemy entrenched. 12 o'clock, about 150 meters.
See?
That guy was trying to do.
Hey, 2 section, get out of baseline as well.
Hold
Insane.
Moving.
section. Team. 200 meters to our front. Team. 200 meters to our front.
Moving.
Covering. Charlie 2 moving.
Moving.
Cover. Charlie team. Charlie 2 moving. Changing. Charlie team. We'll assault the trench to our front. Move now.
Copy.
Shift hit fire right.
Shift and fire left.
Check fire.
Charlie, trench is clear. 4 times enemy targets are down. Over.
Alpha, acknowledge 2 section, consolidate 100 meters north of enemy position. Team.
Count partials as a whole mag used.
Alright, 3 Mike.
Okay, how many did you go through?
2.
Try.
2.
And how many mags did you go through person?
3.
How many boxes did you go through ball?
1.
1. And hey persons, if you notice, you could probably hug up onto a tree. It'd be a lot safer for you. Even if it's that small one in front of you. 14 mags, 2 boxes, 1 frag.
14 megs, 2 boxes, 1 frag. Copy. You guys are dismissed. Thanks for coming out. I'll update the training document, so you guys are all good to go.